Hello there again, beautiful beings. I didn't do my Within Wednesday, so I thought I'd do a Feeling Fridays because I got lots of feelings going on. Lots of different stuff happening, especially when it comes to my finances right now. I mean, I broke down a little bit on the daily guidance, and I still am. Talked to my friend for a little bit there. That was nice. Thanks. Thanks. Bye bye. Cheer me up a little bit. A little bit. But there's still, right? There's still the concerns. The financial concerns. Okay, my whole life, right? Been rich with love. Never had, never had much money. That's fine. Never had, it was okay. Didn't want lots of money, right? We were rich with love. We were rich with love. But, there coming a time, eh? What's that? If somebody was talking to, I don't know. I remember that money seems to be the most recognized form of energy exchange in this world today, right? Looking at it as an energy exchange. If you look at it in that way. And there was a time, because I saw that money, it was just a fight. We have to have the money to do this, the money for that, the money for this, that I just kind of I don't like money, right? But then when we have that, we kind of put up those energetic blocks. It doesn't come to us. But I've always had, there's always been, always enough. Just in time, right? And I try to say, okay, more than enough and plenty of time. I'm trying to switch my own beliefs about money there. But I still get scared when I see something like that, when I work so hard to make sure my bills are paid. And I do what's easiest for me, right? So I don't have to think about it. So when I was in housing and I'm on ODSP, so you have the option, right? I thought they, if you missed your rent or whatever, then they pay your rent direct. When I found out that I could choose for them to pay my rent and then just send me the rest, that's what I did. So that I didn't have to remember to go pay my rent. My rent was always taken care of. So the way that I help myself is to get it out of my mind. That's one less thing that I have to think about. It's always taken care of every month. I know my rent's paid. Well, then doesn't that mess up on me when I'm moving into here? And because my pay direct rent went early for December last year, I still have not got back that money from Native Housing, who said to me that if they were going to pay it back, it wouldn't come back to me. It would go to ODSP. That Larry Bellarose emailed me back, and I emailed him a big long one because they take 25% of all income. All right. So I lived in 2 housings here in Peterborough. I was in Peterborough housing. With them, flat rate. Okay, they didn't max you out in the shelter that you were allowed with your social assistance, right? There was wiggle room in there. Things came up, right? So when I got into Native Housing, there isn't a flat rate. They take the maximum shelter that whatever ODSP or whatever social assistance you're on will give you. They max it out. Okay? Now, at the beginning of last year, I think, so if you're on social assistance and you received child support, they would take that off of your check as well. So I guess they discovered, well, this isn't very fair, right? Why we keep taking from these little guys? Let's not count the child support payment as an income. Okay, so we're not going to take that off your check anymore. Right? So that was wow, here's a little break for us little guys here, okay? So, but no. Not for those of you that were in Native Housing. Because now all of a sudden, though my shelter costs did not increase, they did not give me any more for shelter. Maybe $2 or something like that, I don't know. But all of a sudden I'm getting these notices from Native Housing who haven't kept up with their yearly thing. They haven't kept up with their paperwork. And even one time they moved offices, I'm getting letters saying that I'm in direct violation of my lease agreement because they have not received my rent. When I phoned my worker, oh my goodness, she said, I'm upset with these people because I've had so many people with anxiety calling me. That was not a tenant's issue. It was not the tenant being in violation of their lease agreement. That was them moving their offices and not getting their mail forwarded to them. That had nothing to do with the clients, yet the clients were held responsible and getting these notices. So then I'm calling hey, am I supposed to be paid direct? How come I'm getting this notice? Right? All backed up. So I still never got that money back. $886 they cashed. That was my little cushion for when I moved. And then I couldn't move. Right? That was supposed to help me move. And then I couldn't move. I couldn't move in that time. And then they held it against me. Well, you were there till the end of the month. We didn't get this. Well, because you took my money to move. And I never heard back from that Larry Bellarose or Belarus, whatever, Bellarose, sent a very nasty email still saying that, and claiming that I still owe them. Because when the child's tax credit went back on there, he's like, we take 25% of gross income, all of your incomes, right? Okay, 25% of all income. So the little $300 I got for child support, they wanted $75. So there's 25% of that $300. So then they tacked that on. So instead of paying me back, he says that, oh no, you still owed. So even if he was going for that back pay of owing, that was still less than $886. Okay? And now I don't know if you're following me, if I'm getting too all over the place, but they say 25% of gross incomes. So I wrote this Bellarose back and I said, well, look at this, okay? You want 25% of all incomes. So here, if you take my full amount, the whole amount of my ODSP check, okay, plus the child support, what you're getting maxed out is already more than 25% of the gross income. So, and then you still want more? How is that fair? And we have waiting lists. I've drove by that old unit. There was a for rent sign on it. There's waiting lists for these people. Why do you have a for rent sign when this is a housing place? You have waiting lists. Many people waiting for affordable housing. And they didn't take care of their places as well as the Peterborough Housing did. And I thought, well, probably because they don't get as much funding. Right? But you don't take that out on your tenants. It is not the tenants' fault. They need help. And you're not helping them. You're doing more hurt and more harm than help. Especially for these people that are really trying. I'm not the only one out there working hard and staying on top of my bills, not taking advantage of the system, but trying to utilize those resources that are out there to help give me a hand up. I'm not looking for handouts. I need hands up. Excuse me. It's the financial thing, right? I get my dreams coming true. Go work on that van and think that this person's helping me. And then when I look at the numbers, there's no help at all. So it's these places I've gone to try and get the help that has ended up hurting more than helping. A lot of places end up hurting more than they helped. Okay, now that's all the other stuff coming in too. But it's not just about the finances, right? But need that to live in this world, right? It's a form of energy exchange. It's the most recognized energy exchange on this earth, right? And people recognize that. So, it's my day this morning. I woke up this morning, so things are bouncing. After I work to change that, I'm calling the Carfinco. Do not go with Carfinco. All right? They make it a brand new client. I've been with them since 2014. This is my third contract and they look at it as a brand new one every time. I have never defaulted, never missed a payment. And then get caught up in this other one. I didn't look at the numbers till late, thinking that they're helping me out. This 401 auto, never mind. It sounded like a good thing, and here I was because I was in a vulnerable state. My only concern was being able to get the payments to my big brother's service. And I was happy they got me this van, right? It's just fine. I trusted that guy because he broke everything down in little details for me, and I trusted him. I thought he was really helping me. There's no way. They just covered their own asses, right? They just cover their own asses and then hide behind their policies, right? Well, I don't blame these people on the front lines of it that have to deal with it because it's policies, right? It's their jobs and stuff. They're not going to risk their jobs for somebody they don't know, right? They've got to make sure their company is protected. We got to make sure their company gets the money, right? Because, oh no. And that really irks me. They want you to feel sorry for the big guy. Oh, well, a lot of people default on theirs. Oh, I didn't get anything for your van. Well, you know what? You didn't give me anything for that van I traded in either. There was the trade-in allowance of $5,500. And then, he adds on $2,500 in the extended warranty and $2,500 in this gap insurance and then like a $500 administration fee. There we go. Or $50 administration, whatever. It was still the whole $5,500 that he gave me for the trade-in, he ate it up in the extras. I was the one that got nothing for that van. I am upset. Just letting it out here. Because this is new for me. I've got to share this. This is part of my overwhelmingness and the meltdown of trying to keep track of everything. And all the help is supposed to help me just hurt me more. And it's not okay. It's not okay. I still send love and light. It helps me learn. It helps me learn. Learning great lessons here. And sharing. Maybe it's just that sharing so somebody else knows, right? But we gotta speak up too because it's not fair, these services that are supposed to help people. Especially the people that are working hard to help themselves. They're just being kept down and squashed. I don't want to speak out against the native housing. There's so much. They already don't get all the funding. But then the funding that they do get, there's corruption everywhere. I'm not a political person, but I understand. There's corruption everywhere. You know what? That's something I thought of, hey? Maybe that's new policies we should put in. It's the people, right? Anybody going into government has to have dealt with their own shit, right? So they're not trying to take it out and get the power back over people. Something like that. I don't know, like in my course, spiritual psychotherapy, we had to have our own therapy, right? Designed to trigger you so you're not breaking down with your clients right there. So something like that for our politicians too, right? So the ego gets out of there. We're here to do what's in the best interest of all. Not just the rich, because it's not just the rich that are people. We are all people. It's not about how much money's in our bank accounts or pockets, okay? Having money doesn't make you more of a person than somebody else, okay? I'm sorry. Thank you for listening. And, yeah, share. Anybody else going through this too? How do we make it? What do we do, right? It's speaking up. It's shining a light. I know that much, right? Safety in numbers. It's the numbers that make the changes too, right? The politics and the government is there for the people. It's to help us all, to keep it fair for us all. Not just the big bucks people. Like, I don't know. I just need to get that out. Thanks for listening. Love you all so much. Peace. Yeah. We'll get through it. I'm a squeaky wheel, right? I was on the phone with them, and I'm a squeaky wheel. I'm not going to let my dream just slip through my fingers. Look at what I made happen here. Give me a bit of a mess, but maybe my dream came true. I got my begin within home. I'm opening up to allowing all that goodness to flow in. I'm doing that within and practicing what I preach, doing my begin within and figuring out all these stuff that I need to deal with in myself and how things make it difficult for me, right? Especially when things get thrown off. When you think I did have all the steps and that money still came out. When it wasn't supposed to come out down here, it makes my bounce from here. Like, I'm glad that people, the rent-to-own people, they know, because there's been, the bank tells you, oh, your things don't bounce until the end of the day. Until this one time at the top of the year when I first got in here. I don't know. So, there, I had enough money to cover it before the end of the day, which is my point. But they still bounced my check from here, and I'm like, what? Right? But I was right on top of it. So my reputation with these people here is they know I'm going to be on top of it. And even before they called me this morning, as soon as I discovered that, I sent a text, hey, it's going to be there, don't you worry, I'm on it right now. What am I going to do? I can only do so much, and I'm so glad, because Seth's birthday's on Monday. I'd already got his little gift, so I'm glad. I'm so glad I had that taken care of. And this medicine stuff too, right? I need to get that taken care of. Frig. That covers that. My medicine was covered until I went, I can't do this chemical stuff. I don't want my body to become dependent on it, Tylenol 3s, Oxycontins, amitriptylines, Celebrex, all this stuff. Lyrica, oh my goodness. All these medicines that I've been through. All completely covered on the drug plan. Right? I would pay $2 for my prescriptions. Some places you go, they waive that $2, so it was nothing. Then, a couple years ago, finally, I get medical marijuana prescription, but that's not covered. So now, because I can't afford it now, my medicine's been running out. So that's the first things to go to, right? I can't afford that, so I'm going to have to find some other means. But maybe now that Sleeka will be covered. Anybody know? Is they going to cover that now? Well, I get a back pay, because it was like $150 to $300 a month since 2015. I've had to cover for myself and scrape and get by. And I had to make a shift in myself to allow myself to spend that money on myself. Because that's what my kids need. It's mom that's not in so much pain because it hurts and it sends me into meltdowns quicker. And yeah, I see those. Those weren't temper tantrums. It's meltdown and seizures. I've had seizures. And just the way I explain it, it's like overstimulation. And then when I'm seeing that, and the autism Asperger spectrum, that is actually part of that. So is it the physical? It's all compiling. It's too much, but I'm still here and I'm still going and I'm still learning. And I'm allowing myself to process these feelings. Feeling it on Fridays, right? You can have a within Wednesdays and the feeling Fridays. Letting it all free flow. Free flow Fridays. How about that? I heard like Marianne Williams says in a Jewish tradition, right? There's that, you have an hour of sobbing a day. That's how you get your balance. Let's try that. Okay, I'm going to the swing now. All right, that's good. I got 20 minutes on this one. Free flowing Fridays. Be you in all you do. Let your love and light shine through. Got any advice or some words of encouragement? Subscribe, comment, whatever. Be nice. 13 subscribers. Did you see that? Did I already get all excited about that? Love it. The goddess number. So, have a wonderful, blessed day, and thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here, being you, being on this earth walk with me. Because it's nice to know none of us are alone here. We're all in this together. How can we shine this light to help make these differences? How? In a peaceful way, without a big fight. Let's just shine the light and go like, look, how can you say this is helping people? Or, look, this is the ways this is hurting people. This is where we need to look at our policies. Just have a look. Have a look. Are they doing what they were intended to do? Are our policies helping us to achieve what we were intending to achieve? Affordable, healthy housing. Affordable, safe housing for all. It's okay. There's balance always. Dream come true. My home. And I know it'll come to me. I follow the steps. Always. Okay, I think it's time for a nap. Love yous. Big heart hugs. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Thank you.